A very good afternoon. Myself, Nidhi, and I welcome you all in another interesting session of IB 75, which is structured as a part of DBT Science Setu program to commemorate 75 years of Independence Day celebration. This week's presentation is made by our PhD students, Akshata, Poonam, Gagan, and Rajan, who will showcase the life and work of eminent scientist Dr. Ashok Kumar Sharma. Post this session, we'd like to take you through virtual tour of RCB facilities, followed by which there will be a question and answer session by Dr. Prashant, who is assistant professor at RCB. Now, without further ado, I would request the team to start the presentation. Thank you.
Professor Arun Kumar Sharma, also known as the father of Indian cytology and cytogenetics, was a part of nation-building phase who played a key role in establishing a robust curriculum of biology education, carried out cutting-edge research, and facilitated the establishment of centers of excellence. AKS had several distinguished professional honors to his credit, including the coveted Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize of CSIR and the third highest civilian award, Padma Bhushan, conferred on him by the President of India. Today, in this series of ID 75, we are going to present the biography of celebrated scientist Professor Arun Kumar Sharma. Professor Arun Kumar Sharma, popularly known as AKS, was born on 31st December 1924 in Calcutta to his mother Shobhamai and father Charu Chandra Sharma. When his father was engaged in building a home for the family on a land donated to him by his father's maternal uncle, unfortunately, AKS lost his father at the tender age of 8 years. Shattered by the demise of his father, Arun, along with his mother, was then taken by his maternal uncle, who was a lawyer by profession, to his maternal grandparents' home. He then grew up in a large joint family and was loved by many of his grandmother's relatives. His maternal uncle took care of his early education. He had his early education at the Mitra Institution from 1933 to 1939. Arun could not join the Presidency College in Calcutta as the family lived in Bhawanipur and travelling by bus would have been a luxury. He thus obtained admission in Ashutosh College close to his house in 1939 and studied there till 1941. The young Arun obtained the degree of BSc in 1943 with half-free scholarship. He completed MSc Botany in 1945 and DSc in 1955 from the University of Calcutta. After obtaining MSc degree, appeared for the UPSC examination and qualified for selection. Through UPSC, he was recruited at the Botanical Survey of India to develop the herbarium and the garden by Bengal province of British India. AKS was trained in field taxonomy during collection trips to high altitude regions. He had already worked for MSc thesis under the supervision of P.N. Bhaduri in cytology and had nurtured love for plant chromosome research. Even though he worked at BSI, he used to visit the University College of Science in evenings to continue cytological work. After a brief stint as a research assistant, along with R.S. Rao and D.D. Avasthi at the Botanical Survey of India, AKS joined the Department of Botany of Calcutta University as a full-time temporary teacher in 1947. He was promoted as a full-time assistant lecturer in 1948 and rose to the positions of lecturer and reader, and finally appointed as Sir Rash Bihari Ghosh Professor and the head of Department of Botany at the University of Calcutta from 1969 to 1980. He continued as Ghosh Professor until 1988. He always appreciated constructive differences for the sake of the best in scientific discourses. As a constant reminder, he had a Buddha painting displayed in his office room with an inscription, "Believe nothing merely because you have been told it, or because it is traditional, or because you yourself have imagined it. Do not believe what a teacher tells you, merely out of respect for the teacher, but whatever after due examination and analysis you find to be conducive to the good, the benefit, the welfare of all beings, that doctrine believe and cling to, and take it as your guide." Dr. Sharma was an accomplished swimmer and mountaineer, meeting the requirements of field collections of a botanist and human power excellence. He attained scientific expertise researching throughout in India without going abroad for any formal training. An internationally acclaimed cytotaxonomist, cytogeneticist, and cytochemist, he was a complete botanist and geneticist with a strong command on taxonomy, evolutionary and developmental biology of land plants. He mentored more than 80 PhD and 10 doctoral students. He commanded extraordinary leadership qualities and oratory skills, befitting the adage of true leader, but never look like a boss. Constantly inspiring peers, colleagues, and students alike as a team leader. His life companion, Revered Professor Archana Sharma, had a great catalytic effect in synergizing his energy and intellectual output. Although the Sharma had no biological offspring of their own, they are survived by a large band of students, grand students, great-grand students, and young students who always take pride in being attributed to them and considering themselves as their surrogate sons and daughters. Professor Sharma was an eminent scientist and founder program coordinator of the University Grant Commission's Center of Advanced Study in Cell and Chromosome Research in the Department of Botany, University of Calcutta. A distinguished alumnus and accomplished venerated teacher of the University of Calcutta, he adorned the office of President of Indian National Science Academy, National Academy of Sciences India, Indian Science Congress Association. He was associated with numerous scientific bodies till the last day of his life, and was invited as chairman for various inaugural ceremonies such as the dedication ceremony of NIPGR, New Delhi, along with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the then President of India, and other delegates such as M.K. Bhan, former Secretary of DBT.
Arun Kumar Sharma pioneered the research of cytogenetics in India. He laid the foundation of School of Chromosome Study at University of Calcutta. Along with this, he had given several path-breaking concepts in the cytogenetics. These include the role of chromosome in evolution and their behavior during various cellular processes. Arun Kumar Sharma, with his wife, wrote an array of books. Few of them are Chromosome Techniques, Its Theory and Practices, and another one is Plant Chromosome, Its Analysis, Manipulation and Engineering. Their book is a kind of lantern in the field of cytogenetics. Arun Kumar Sharma, along with his colleagues, established the journal called the nucleus at an early age of 33. This journal nowadays focuses researches in the field of chromosomes and various cellular genetics and applied topics in the field of cytogenetics. As you could see in this picture, the Department of Botany of University of Calcutta. This department has Center for Advanced Study in Cell and Chromosome Research. The foundation of this center is led by Professor Arun Kumar Sharma. This center witnessed various research led by him and his colleagues. Here, Professor Arun Kumar Sharma performed his study on chromosomes. One of the major research of Arun Kumar Sharma was induction of cell division in adult nuclei and its application in cell differentiation in the later stages. Arun Kumar Sharma introduced the cell division in adult nuclei utilizing various plant growth regulators. This discovery had generated various new concepts in the field of cytogenetics and de novo cellular rejuvenation in plants. Induction of cell division in adult nuclei and its application in deciphering in situ chromosome replication in cell rejuvenance and differentiation. Development of innovative techniques for the study of chromosome structure and new concepts of speciation through participation of de novo chromosome variation in daughter shoots for the origin of new genotypes in the plants that perform asexual reproduction. Professor Sharma also pioneered the research in chromosome dynamism. The chromosome dynamism is induction of cell division in mature tissues. In this study, he introduced that chromosome may undergo lateral multiplication to meet transcriptional requirements. Professor Arun Kumar Sharma was known for introducing new concepts of speciation in asexually reproducing plants such as aroids, lilies, amaryllis, and comelinas. Prior to this study, it was thought that asexually reproducing plants have same genetic makeup as of their mother plant, and no speciation could occur in asexually reproducing organism. With this study, Professor Sharma proved asexually reproducing plants also have speciation during the course of time. Another significant work of Professor Sharma was in development of trypsin-orosin based chromosome banding technique. Professor Sharma, along with his colleague UC Lavanya, his PhD student, together developed this technique and studied the meristematic tissues of Lathyrus odorata. In the honor of Arun Kumar Sharma, Department of Biotechnology has released digital database of chromosomal study of plants done by Professor Sharma and his colleagues, marking 100 years of Indian Science Congress in 2013, celebrated at Kolkata. This database consists cytogenetic studies of around 1500 plant species.
Arun Kumar Sharma was a teacher for over 7 decades and will always be remembered for his valuable contribution to science. Professor A.K. Sharma had significantly contributed to the policy planning and formulation of scientific and technical programs for the growth of science in India and also overseas. He had a very good international relation and always encouraged exchange of scientific thoughts. This not only helped in the upbringing of his students but also made him an internationally known cytogeneticist. AKS, as Arun Kumar Sharma, has received wide recognition by way of fellowships and awards for his contributions to cytogenetics, cytochemistry, and cell biology, as also for his services to the cause of science and society. He was a prime recipient of Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award in 1967. Sharma, who was selected for the Jawaharlal Nehru Fellowship for his project on chromosomes in relations to development and differentiation in higher plants in 1972, received the Paul Brühl Memorial Medal by the Asiatic Society the same year. The Indian Botanical Society awarded him the Birbal Sahani Medal in 1974. and he received the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize for Biological Sciences, one of the highest Indian science awards from the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research in 1976. He received two more awards in 1976, the inaugural J.C. Bose Award of the University Grants Commission and the Silver Jubilee Medal of the Indian National Science Academy, INSA. He was also honored again with Golden Jubilee Professorship in 1985 and Meghnad Sahai Medal in 1998. The University Grants Commission selected him as a National Professor in 1977 and he received the FICCI Award of the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry in 1979. The Government of India included him in the Republic Day Honours list for the third highest civilian honour of the Padma Bhushan in 1983. Sharma received the Om Prakash Bhasin Award in 1992 and the Vasvik Industrial Research Award in 1999. In between, he also received the Gujarmal Modi Award for Science and Technology of the International Institute of Fine Arts in 1994. He also received the Rathindra Puraskar of Visva Bharati University in 2008. The Indian National Science Academy and the Indian Academy of Sciences elected him as a fellow in 1970 and 75 respectively. The World Academy of Sciences chose him as a fellow in 1988 and National Academy of Sciences India followed in 2012. He is also a recipient of the degree of Doctors of Sciences from Burdwan University. AKS was a dynamic and enthusiastic scientist who remained professionally active till the very last days of his life. He will always be remembered.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फलहेतुर्भू मा ते संगोस्त्वकर्मणि. His whole life was based on the principle of karma yoga. It states that you have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Never consider yourself to be the cause of your actions, nor be attached to inaction. In his later years, he devoted himself in giving the department to its true self. Today, it is the only such center of chromosome research in India. He organized several national and international seminars to elevate the scientific temperament among students. In the year 2009, West Bengal was badly hit by Aila cyclone, which devastated many cities of West Bengal. More than 100,000 people were left homeless and countless trees were uprooted by the powerful wind. After rescue operation and restoration, Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya, the then mayor of Kolkata, and M. Sanjappa, director of BSI, organized a special program to discuss plantation with AKS. He also continued to chair the meeting organized by Indian Science Congress and kept visiting his students and research associates. He did not leave his apartment until his last breath and also chaired the centenary celebration. There was a national symposium organized in his honor, evolving plant biology from chromosome to genomics. There is an old saying, perhaps it is good to have a beautiful mind, but an even greater gift is to discover a beautiful heart. He was a true scientist by mind, but an excellent human being by heart. He always had helped financially weak in his surroundings. In this picture, he was cherishing his quality time with his alumni friends and students. His dedication to duty and sense of detachment are strongly influenced by his long association with Ramakrishna Mission, where he spent most of his final days. He took his last breath on 6th July 2017 and abode to heaven. This last picture was from his beloved student Dr. U.C. Lavanya. To commemorate this great legend, I would like to quote this journey with, "Find a truly original idea. It is the only way I will ever distinguish myself. It is the only way I will ever matter." In the coming slide, I would like to introduce Dr. U.C. Lavanya, one of his PhD student who was there with till his final days.
He was such a personality that when in 76 I went to Calcutta, and it was his subject stature that attracted persons all over the country, right from Kanyakumari to Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from north to south, east to west. We were persons coming from different places. And when I went there, so first thing he asked was that I was coming from UP and strange person, such a far place. At that time, these flights were not there, connectivity was not so good. He looked after that. He asked one of his students who became later my very close friend to take care of me for a month, that where I'm staying, if I have some difficulty, how he had been established. And being a person outside, he arranged for 1 month stay in the guest house so that I'm comfortable and become used to it. Later on, I continued in touch with him. I used to visit both of them with my family. His wife will go there, and they will always give a family touch, including Mr. Sharma, who are very affectionate. He will treat like family members. They had none of their own. We were their family, and my wife was treated just like a daughter. I was treated like a son. So this is how they were treated, and this thing you will find that everybody, whomsoever you will talk, will say the same thing. You cannot say who is more close to him. Everybody thinks that sir loves him much. So everybody does. Everybody has a feeling like this. Very difficult to find a person like him. And very simple person, despite of such a big stature, he can go anywhere, will sit on a bench in the market, and no complex. No complex of such a big stature. If you don't know him otherwise, you cannot imagine that such a great man he is. Meets with the masses very simply, and no physical attachment to anything. Very simple living, and he donated everything to the Ramakrishna Mission. Only concerned with the welfare of the persons. Always, whenever you go there, like mother will ask you, when are you coming next? When I met him, that was the same thing. Just like parents. Both of them are very affectionate.
I hope all of you enjoyed the journey of Professor A.K. Sharma. Now, let's take a quick tour of RCB facilities, and post that we'll have a question and answer session with Dr. Prashant. So I would request you, all of you, to post your questions in the comment box. Please start the video of RCB facilities. Thank you.
Regional Center for Biotechnology is located in a tranquil environment along the Gurugram-Faridabad Expressway. It is an autonomous institute established under auspices of UNESCO by the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. The primary focus of RCB is to provide world-class education, training to create high-quality human resource in biotechnology and conduct innovative research at the interface of multiple disciplines. The infrastructure at RCB has developed at a rapid pace since inception of the institution in 2010, with state-of-the-art research labs, teaching labs, innovative classrooms, central instrumentation facilities, small animal facility, biosafety level 3 facility, a biorepository and state-of-the-art advanced instrumentation facilities like the Advanced Technology Platform Center and a bio-incubator which serves as a reservoir for incubating ideas in the area and help them reach commercialization. There are various areas of research in RCB. The research group under the area titled Cell Biology, Development and Behavior focus on unlocking the secrets of cells, how they divide and how stem cells develop into muscle, in addition to studying the cellular and molecular origins of how organisms behave. Areas of agricultural biotechnology aim to tackle some issues by harnessing the existing genetic diversity in plants and their inherent capacities to adapt to abiotic and biotic stress conditions in order to develop innovative and durable methods of crop improvement. Groups working on infectious diseases, both bacterial and viral, aim at developing novel therapeutic strategies against infectious agents using tools such as mass spectrometry and microscopy. These researchers will shed light on cellular and molecular bases of bacterial infection and the response of the human host towards these infections. They are trying to find novel solutions to protect the people against diseases such as chikungunya virus, Japanese encephalitis virus, and dengue virus. Protein structure and design groups are structural biologists who have a molecular view of life and use cutting-edge methods like macromolecular X-ray crystallography or cryo-electron microscopy to imagine biological molecules in their functional state. This information is used to develop novel therapeutic strategies against pathogenic bacteria and viruses, and for protein engineering to prepare molecules with desired properties. Researchers at RCB are also working towards developing innovative biotechnological applications such as novel drug delivery systems, new diagnostic tools, novel engineered protein with improved desired proteins, and improved methods to obtain desired products in large scale. These researchers subject laboratory and clinical samples to cutting-edge microscopy, proteomics and genomics methods coupled with flow cytometry to shed light on the etiology of disease and utilize this knowledge to identify solutions to these disorders. The quality of research conducted at RCB is excellent, with faculty winning top honors like the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar, the National Bioscience, the Innovative Young Biotechnologist Awards, and the Ramanujan Ramalinga Swamy and DBT Welcome Alliance Fellowships. Since research-based learning is the hallmark of RCB, the academic programs here are deeply enmeshed with the research programs. The academic programs fulfill RCB's core mandate to provide quality education and training in the area of life sciences and biotechnology. The PhD program in biotechnology is for students who are interested in working at the interface of multiple disciplines to find novel solutions for problems in health and agriculture. RCB has recently started integrated PhD program in biotechnology, offered to students with graduate degree in any discipline of science from India and abroad. The program provides extensive learning opportunities in the broad field of life sciences and biotechnology. RCB has also recently initiated an interdisciplinary doctoral programs in the area of biostatistics and bioinformatics through collaboration with the global pharmaceutical giant GlaxoSmithKline (GSK), being conducted in partnership with other institutions by creating a virtual faculty pool. The focus of this program is on creating specialized manpower for the healthcare industry. As an outreach activity, RCB also offers research training programs for research-driven undergraduate and postgraduate students of science from various universities. Trainees get a realistic experience of several facets of modern biological research that sets the tone of their embarking on a research career. Throughout the year, RCB hosts and organizes regular academic events like the RCB Bioimaging School, national and international conferences, seminars, symposia, and training in the frontier area of basic and applied sciences in topics such as infectious diseases, drug discovery, etc., to disseminate advanced knowledge, exchange ideas, foster national and international collaborations, student exchange, and networking opportunities. RCB also holds scientific communication and communication workshops for the benefit of young scientists in India. RCB has a fully functional library and houses 500 scientific textbooks and 100 administrative books in multiple copies. In addition, an electronic library provides access to a vast range of primary literature in the form of peer-reviewed journals and reviews. RCB offers faculty residences and excellent students' facilities, including on-campus air-conditioned hostel accommodation, modern library, meeting rooms, seminar rooms, and auditorium. The hostel and student facilities are conveniently located and only a short walk away from the classrooms and laboratories. In addition, the campus also has sports and recreation facilities which encourages all-round development of the students. Campus also provides a childcare facility for all students and staff to help them continue their studies and work while their babies are being taken care of. Kridangan, the creche housed in the faculty building, is an asset on campus for employees of NCR Biotech Cluster. The spacious cafeteria in the campus serves hygienic, nutritious and delicious meals and beverages at reasonable cost. RCB also contributes towards creating resource for researchers from all over India and has engaged with institutions such as the European Synchrotron Radiation Facility in France towards this end. RCB is also involved with the UNESCO towards developing policy to ensure sustainable development at the global level and specifically in the Asian region. RCB is a young institute which is growing day by day with excellent opportunities for young people to make a career in the area of biotechnology.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Prashant, Assistant Professor here at RCB. I hope you have enjoyed the video of both life journey of AKS and RCB tour. Dr. Arun Kumar Sharma has given immense contribution to the field of cytogenetics, and he is the true inspiration for our scientific community. Now I can address a couple of questions. So, what are the plant-related research activity going on at RCB? We have different research group working on several aspects of plant biology. One group is working on functional genomics and molecular genetics of legume powdery mildew interaction. And another group is interested in exploring the signaling pathways in effector-triggered immunity of plant. And my neighboring lab is working on crop improvement for stress adaptation using functional genomics approach. And my lab here at RCB is working on plant cell wall. If you need any more information, please feel free to contact us. Another question is, what are the different academic opportunities for the students here at RCB? We have standalone PhD program in biotechnology, also a separate program in biostatistics. The students who would like to join to RCB, we have MSc PhD integrated program at RCB, and all course related information is available at RCB. Finally, I would like to thank Dr. Lavanya for providing us this valuable information for preparing this video and sharing his thoughts about Dr. Arun Kumar Sharma. I also appreciate the efforts of all the students, Poonam, Akshata, Gagan and Rajan. Kudos to whole team for making this excellent video. This Science Setu webinar series is not possible without help of RCB IIT team. So I would like to thank them. And finally, I would like to thank all the audience. With this, I conclude this session here. Stay safe and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.